Very good news will unfold within the next 7 hours. I am telling you this clearly before anything else, because I do not want you to leave this moment. Something real is already making its way toward your life. If you walk away now, you may miss what was prepared only for you, so remain here. Listen carefully, because my voice is reaching you with purpose. I am not postponing this. I am not keeping it hidden. During these next 7 hours, a change is taking shape that will touch your situation in a way you did not see coming. It is not small. It is not usual. It will change how you feel, how you think, and how you look at the path in front of you. I know how easily you become tired. I know how quickly your attention wants to move towards something else. But this is not the time to wander. This is the time to become still and receive. Your heart has been longing for relief, for a sign, for something to finally begin working in your favor. That waiting is about to receive its answer. You have carried a hidden burden for a long time. You learned to keep moving even when nothing felt secure. I watched you. I saw the nights when loneliness surrounded you and the mornings when you still got up, even when you did not understand why you should continue. None of it was missed by me. Not one moment. Listen closely to this. What is coming is not by chance. It is tied to everything you have faced and everything you placed in my hands. I do not throw blessings into the air and wait to see where they fall. I direct them. And this one has your name on it. Declare your amen aloud if you believe this hour is meant for you. Some blessings come softly, and people fail to notice because they were waiting for something loud. But not you. Not now. I am making your attention sharper, so that when the good begins, you will know it. That is why I told you to remain. Your awareness right now is part of what I am working on. You may notice a feeling of urgency rising within your spirit. Do not confuse it with fear. It is awareness. It is the sense that something is near and your soul understands it before your mind can explain it. I place that feeling inside you. Believe it. The next 7 hours are not normal hours. They are carrying movement that is directly connected to you. There are prayers you made a long time ago, prayers you nearly stopped expecting answers to. I did not forget even one. I have been arranging what remained hidden from you, putting every part into place, selecting the right moment. That moment is nearer than you realize. You are not being overlooked. You were never overlooked. Every step led you to this place, even the steps that felt like failure. I know the road has not been easy. I know there were long periods when nothing appeared to change, no matter how much you tried. But now you are entering a place where things will start moving in your favor, and you will sense the change before you can explain it. Remain calm. Remain open. What is coming is not designed to trouble you. It is designed to lift you. I am not bringing disorder into your life. I am bringing understanding. I am not bringing loss. I am bringing back what needs to be restored. The movement you feel right now is the first sign of this change, and it will become stronger as these hours continue. Pay attention to the small signs. A sudden thought that brings calm. A moment of peace that arrives without a clear reason. A door that begins to open when you expected it to stay closed. Do not ignore these things. They come from me. I often speak to your heart before your mind understands, and I am speaking to you now. This is your time to remain close and not look away. What is coming is something you have needed. Even if you never knew how to ask for it, I answer your life, not only your words. That is why it will feel deeply personal when it comes, because it is. Keep your heart calm. You are not passing through this hour by yourself. I am beside you, guiding you through it gently. And I never guide without care. I know the road before you. I know where it goes upward and where it drops. And I know exactly where I am leading you. Do not allow doubt to pull you away. Doubt often becomes loudest just before an answer arrives. It will tell you that this moment is no different from the others, that nothing has changed and you should turn away. But it is lying. This hour carries more importance than doubt can understand. You did not arrive here by chance. Your spirit knew that something meaningful was happening, and it kept you here. Respect that feeling. Remain in this quiet place with my voice all around you. What comes next belongs between you and me. I want you to breathe slowly while you listen. Allow your shoulders to relax. Let the noise inside your mind become quiet. You are not required to fix anything right now. You do not have to perform, prove yourself, or force anything. You only have to receive. That is the only thing being asked of you. And it is enough. There is a reason this message reached you now, not last week and not next month. My timing is never careless. I move when the moment is ready. Not one breath early and not one breath late. This moment is ready. That is why you are hearing these words. So allow the noise of today to fade. Let every concern remain outside for a little while. For this next period of time, you are not the one keeping everything together. I am. And I am telling you with the full strength of my word behind it, that very good news is already coming toward you. It left my hands the moment you began listening. Now listen to the most personal part. What I am bringing is connected to something you have held inside quietly. There are things you never completely shared with anyone. Things you kept buried because you did not know how to explain them, or because you were afraid no one would understand. I saw every hidden place inside your heart. I have always carried the key, and what is coming will enter that exact place and begin bringing relief. You may soon feel calm appearing where pressure once remained. That calm is not something you imagined, and it is not simply a passing feeling. It is my presence resting over you. When I begin to move, peace arrives first because peace prepares the heart to receive. Do not fight it. Allow it to settle deeply within you. Something is also changing in your thoughts. You are beginning to notice possibilities where you once saw only barriers. Ideas no longer feel as impossible as they did in the last season. That is my work. Before I change what is around you, I strengthen what is within you so that when the change appears, your hands will be firm enough to carry it. You have passed through experiences that caused you to question your value. They were difficult and they left wounds behind. But I am not allowing you to remain there. My precious child, what is coming will slowly rebuild everything that was shaken within you, piece by piece, until you can stand without preparing yourself for more pain. Do not look at what failed in the past and treat it as a sign of what your future will become. It was one chapter. It was never your entire story. I am creating something new now, and it will not look like what came before. It carries a new weight, a new feeling, and a new ending. Understand this fully. The good news I mentioned is not one quick moment that appears and disappears. It is a beginning. It is the first part of a chain of moments that will continue building on each other. What opens during these hours will lead into what comes next week, and what follows after that. It may begin in a small way, a word from someone you did not expect, a realization that comes while you are doing something normal, an answer appearing through a door you had stopped looking at. I often start with something simple, so you can recognize my hand in it. Do not look down on the small opening. Rivers begin from springs. There is also a release taking place. Something that was held back is now allowed to move toward you. You will feel it as movement where everything once seemed locked. Progress where there was only waiting. It has already started, even if the proof is still coming. I know the waiting lasted longer than you thought it would. I know it tested your patience and challenged your faith. There were times when the silence itself felt like an answer, and that answer felt like no. But silence was never absence. I never leave what I have spoken over. Not once. Say, I receive it. If this message is reaching your spirit right now, remain steady because what comes next is meant to be received in peace, not pursued in fear. You do not need to hurry anything. You do not need to force even one door. Stay present, stay willing, and allow things to move into place. I am arranging each step, and I do not make errors. You may feel a gentle pull toward one small action, a conversation you need to have, a step you should finally make, or a decision that suddenly becomes clear. Notice that pull. I lead in ways that feel calm and steady, never rushed. When direction comes from me, it brings clarity. When pressure comes from fear, it creates confusion. Learn the difference and you will not lose your way. There is a reason I continue asking you to remain close. Your attention is connected to your awareness, and your awareness is connected to your receiving. The more alert you are to what I am doing, the more fully you will receive it. A blessing that is recognized is a blessing that is kept. You are not being forgotten. You are being placed in position. There is a difference, and soon you will feel it. Positioning requires patience, and you gave that patience even when it was costly. Now you are entering what that patience prepared. Others may appear to move more quickly. Do not compare your road with theirs. What I formed for you would not fit their life, and what I gave them would not fit yours. Your path was shaped for you. Walk it without comparison, and you will walk with peace. Keep your heart open, because what is coming is meant to fill a place that has remained empty for too long. I am not sending something that will only last for a moment. I do not build things that fall apart. What is coming will remain, and it will grow. You will not need to hold it with fear to keep it. It will sit in your life the way a stone rests, securely in its place. Your inner life and your outer life are being brought into agreement at the same time. That is why these days may feel unusual, as though something is moving beneath everything. Something is moving. The ground is not breaking. It is being made level. I also want you to see how much you have already changed. You do not respond the way you once did. Things that would have broken you a year ago now pass through your life and leave you standing. You believed no one saw that growth. I saw it. It matters more than you understand, and it is part of why this moment has come. So allow your breathing to slow again. Let the old tightness in your chest begin to release. You have spent years expecting bad news, keeping your shoulders tense and guarding the door. I am asking you to prepare for good news instead. It is a different position. At first, it may feel strange, like a language you have not used since you were young. Speak it anyway. You will remember it sooner than you expect. And what I am sending will meet you there. A quiet preparation is taking place around you. Even now, while everything around you looks the same, I am arranging what you cannot see. I am making the road gentler so that what comes will not overwhelm you when it arrives. You ask for change. Change is now taking shape. And as it does, there is something I am asking from you. My child, I am asking you to place a portion of what you have, something of real weight, upon the altar of this work, as gold laid on the scales of this calling. Let it be a seed sown into deep water, an offering set on stone, not held back in fear. This is proof that your trust rests in my hand to provide, and that your heart no longer clings to lack. What you release in faith does not leave your life. It moves ahead of you into the harvest I am preparing. Now let me speak to you about doors. There are doors you knocked on for many years that never opened. You stood outside them through every kind of weather, wondering what was wrong with you. There was nothing wrong with you. Those doors were not meant for you. Some of them opened into places that would have taken more from you than they gave. I kept them closed because I love you, not because I forgot you. But there is a door that belongs to your path, and I am opening it now. It will not fight against you. You will not need to force it open or beg to enter. When it starts to move, you will know the difference at once, like the feeling of a key finally turning. What belongs to you opens toward you. Remember this. You may receive something during these hours. You may hear something. You may suddenly understand something that has confused you for a long time. Pay close attention to those moments. I do not always move loudly. Sometimes I move through understanding. Sometimes I move through one quiet thought that changes everything. Do not ignore that kind of power simply because it comes without noise. I know there were moments when you almost gave up completely. I know there were prayers you could not finish. because the words disappeared before you reached the end. I heard the entire prayer anyway, even the part you could not speak. I heard what your silence was asking for. And I am answering it now in a way that will remind you that I was listening the whole time. The season of waiting is ending. The season of receiving is beginning. The movement between them is quiet at first, like the change from winter into spring. No single morning announces it. But one day the air feels different, then the ground feels different, and after that everything feels different. You are standing at that change now. Do not move ahead too quickly. Remain present. What is coming is not meant to pull you apart. It is meant to make you settled. Direction will take the place of uncertainty. Decisions that once felt like mountains will become simple steps. Clarity is one of my quietest gifts, and also one of my strongest. There are things you have held tightly for a long time that are now being gently removed from your hands. Not because they were wrong, but because they belong to the road behind you, not the road ahead. I am making room in your life. What is coming needs space to remain. Release the old weight. You were never supposed to carry it beyond this line. You spent many nights trying to understand why certain things broke apart. That confusion stayed close to you like a shadow. Listen to me now. Some of what fell apart was falling away from you, not falling on you. I pulled you back from dangers you could not see. One day you will look at some of those losses and call them protection. I am leading you toward what will support your future, not what only pleased your past. A new agreement is forming between your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. They once fought against each other. One believed, one questioned, and one remained still. Now they are beginning to move as one, and the battle inside you is becoming quiet. That quiet is not emptiness. It is order your strength is returning to. You may already notice it in small ways. You feel steadier, more focused, and less controlled by every wave. That is me strengthening you inside before I build around you. I always prepare the vessel before I fill it. What is coming will not leave you confused. Even if it surprises you, it will not feel wrong. That is one of the clearest signs of my hand. What I send carries peace within it the way fruit holds its seed. If something brings fear, confusion, and tightness in your stomach, it did not come from me. Test everything by the peace it brings. And understand this about the hour you are in. You are not early. You are not late. Every road you traveled, even the uneven ones, brought you to this exact place at this exact moment. Soon you may begin to see the connection, how moments that looked unrelated were quietly working together. That is not chance. That is authorship. Do not allow fear to disturb what is unfolding. Fear will try to rise because fear always fights new ground. But it has no right here. This moment belongs to trust. You do not need to protect yourself from what I am sending. You do not need to keep one hand behind you. Open both hands. This belongs to you. Something within you that felt damaged is being repaired in ways you cannot see happening. One day soon, you will simply notice that a place which once hurt, when touched, no longer does. Wholeness returns like strength after sickness. Slowly and then suddenly. Allow it to come. You have carried the broken place long enough. I am the one who fully repairs what others only cover, and I have already started. Let me explain how a river reaches the sea. It does not read maps. It does not fight the mountains. It follows the shape of the land prepared before it came. And it trusts the slope to lead the way. Your life is entering that kind of flow now. The path has already been formed. You do not need to cut through the canyon. You only need to move where the way has opened. For a long time, you lived like a river pressing against stone. Everything required twice the effort it should have. You watched simple things become difficult in your hands, and you wondered whether resistance was simply your share in this life. It was not. It was only a season, and seasons obey me. Now that resistance is beginning to lift. You will notice it first in the small moments of normal life. A conversation that flows easily where it once became difficult. A task completed earlier than expected. A person saying yes without making you beg. Things that once worked against you will begin to move aside. Do not doubt the ease. Ease also carries my mark. The people around you will begin responding differently too. Some will give help you never asked for. Some will speak positively about you in rooms you have never entered. I know how to place voices on your side. Favor is not something you must run after. It is something I place upon a life, and I am placing it upon yours. I am also arranging meetings you know nothing about yet. Certain people are positioned along your path, like wells along a desert road, placed there before the traveler ever becomes thirsty. When you meet them, it may feel like luck, but it will not be luck. Nothing along this road is luck. Also watch for the moment that feels different from the normal movement of the day. It may appear small. A sentence that settles strangely in your heart. A name that appears twice in one afternoon. An opportunity that comes from the side, looking like something unimportant. These are hinges. Large doors move on small hinges, and I place mine quietly. Timing matters here more than you understand. If this had come sooner, you would not have been ready, and you would have held something holy with tired hands. If it came later, it would miss the need. It comes now because now is where it belongs. My calendar contains no mistakes. You watched others gather their harvest while your own field remained empty, and it hurt. I saw that pain. But a field is not dead simply because it is silent. A farmer allows certain land to rest so the soil can become rich enough for a greater harvest. Your quiet years were not empty years. They were deep soil being formed. What comes next needed every one of them. So do not speak against the seasons behind you. Each one had its purpose. The cold months completed their hidden work beneath your feet. And because of them, the ground beneath you is different now. Spring does not explain itself to winter. It simply arrives carrying everything winter prepared. There is also work happening beneath your sight, like a builder placing the foundation before anyone sees the walls. People walk past a foundation and see nothing worth noticing. Then the building rises in what appears to be only a few days, and they call it sudden. But it was never sudden. It happened in order. Your life is in the foundation stage now, and the rising is close. That is why I tell you not to judge the work by how the ground looks. What I am building for you has already been planned, measured, and started. The materials have already been provided. Some are already in place. You are not waiting for a choice to be made. The choice has already been made. You are waiting for the next stage of building. And every stage has a time when it is completed. Your part in this hour is not effort. It is agreement. Move with the current instead of fighting it. When a door opens, walk through without questioning every part of it. When someone offers help, accept it without doubting their kindness. Receiving is also an act of trust, and for someone who survived by depending only on themselves, it may be the hardest thing I ask. I know self-reliance carried you through certain years. It protected you when you believed no one else was there. I do not reject it. But the years ahead will not be built on survival. They will be built on partnership with me. The hands that learn to hold tightly must now learn how to receive. And I will remain patient while they learn. You will also notice your pace beginning to change. The rushed feeling is leaving your steps. You are starting to move like someone who knows something good is certain, instead of someone waiting for the next pain. That peaceful walk is not carelessness. It is faith becoming visible in your body. Let it be seen. And when the first part of the good news reaches you, this is what I ask. Do not reduce it with doubt. Do not stand over it wondering when it will be taken away. Thank me simply. Receive it fully and watch what it grows into. Gratitude is the ground where the first blessing grows. What you honor increases. The movement has already started even while my words are still in your ears. Somewhere plans you did not arrange are being arranged. Somewhere, a matter carrying your name is being decided in your favor. You are not listening to a plan for some distant time. You are hearing the sound of something already moving. So keep your eyes on the water ahead, not the stones behind you. A river does not move backward, and neither does my plan for your life. Everything important is moving in one direction now, and that direction is toward you. Remain in the current. Remain close to my voice. The sea is nearer than it has ever been. Now I want to speak about what was taken out of you, because restoration is not a small thing to me. Somewhere along the way, you spent more than you had inside. You gave hope until your hope became thin. You gave effort until effort felt useless. You kept giving after the well was empty, called it responsibility, and told no one what it cost you. I am filling that well again now. Not one cup, but all the way to the top. You will notice it as life returning to things that had lost their color. Food will begin to taste good again. Small plans will feel worth making. You will catch yourself thinking about next year without fear, and it will surprise you because you will not remember when you stopped doing that. That is the water rising. Allow it to rise. Hope that returns after being gone for a long time is careful at first. It comes near the edge like a frightened animal, ready to run if anyone moves too quickly. Do not chase it and do not question it. Give it something small each day. Believe one little thing, then another. Hope becomes comfortable in a heart that no longer pushes it away. Disappointment taught you some wrong lessons, and I am going to correct them. It taught you that wanting something is dangerous. It taught you not to celebrate until everything is certain, and not to trust certainty even when it comes. Those lessons protected you, but they also made you small. You are finished with being small. I am teaching you something new now, and this is the lesson. Ask again, desire again, expect again, declare, I trust you out loud. If you believe this is your turning point, movement is beginning where things stayed still for so long that you stopped looking. Matters you marked as over are quietly opening again. Situations you released with pain and a tired heart are beginning to turn back toward you. Do not be shocked when something you buried begins to grow. I never agreed with some of those endings. I only allowed them to rest until the right time. Your body senses this change before your situation shows it. Notice how sleep may be coming more easily on certain nights. Notice how the pressure in your chest loosens at unexpected moments without any reason you can explain. There is a reason. The part of you that always stayed alert has heard the steps of something good coming near, and it is slowly standing down. I am also repairing the way you speak to yourself, because I have heard that voice, and on some days it is harsher toward you than any enemy has ever been. It remembers every failure clearly and forgets every victory by the next morning. That voice is not from me. My voice tells you what is true, and the truth is that you are worth the work of restoring, or I would not be doing it. The people you love are also included in this change. The ones you carry in prayer, whose names rise from your heart at night more easily than your own needs. I have heard every prayer for them. Some answers you will see with your own eyes. Others are moving in ways you will discover later, and you will understand that the answer began on a normal day, when it seemed like nothing was happening. Ordinary days are where much of my work takes place. You sometimes wondered whether praying for them changed anything at all. It did. It still does. A prayer does not lose its power, because the answer takes longer to arrive. Everything you placed before me is remembered in my presence, active and moving. Nothing you brought to me was ignored. There is also a strength returning to you that you once had but stopped noticing. You were more courageous once, you laughed more easily. You tried new things. Life wore some of that away, and you accepted the loss as part of getting older. I am giving it back. Not your youth, your courage. They were never the same. No matter what the years made you believe, you are going to surprise yourself. You will speak where you once stayed silent, begin what you once delayed, and say no without preparing a long explanation. Do not be frightened by this new strength in you. I placed it there. It is strong enough to carry weight, and it will carry much more than it carries now. Restoration also includes the return of desire, and I want you to allow it back without feeling ashamed. At some point, you decided that wanting more made you ungrateful, that surviving should be enough and you should ask for nothing beyond it. That is not humility. Humility never meant that you must stop wanting. Bring me your true desires, the ones you keep hidden away. I have already seen them. I place some of them inside you. What I restore, I rebuild stronger than it was before. Ask anyone I have rebuilt. The repaired area becomes the strongest part of the whole structure. The part that does not break again. The part other people lean on when their own storms come. Your story of being emptied is becoming a story of being filled again. And those who are filled by my hand become a source for others without even trying. That is part of what waits ahead for you. And I will speak clearly. You will become proof for someone. Someone watching your life from far away, someone you may never know, will see this change and begin to believe that their own situation may not be over either. Your restoration reaches farther than your own life. It always has. There is no cost for any of this, and no hidden condition waiting afterward. I restore because restoration is part of who I am, just as a spring flows because flowing is part of its nature. You did not persuade me to do this, and nothing can persuade me to stop. But that comes later. Today, your only task is to receive what is being poured into you. Do not rush this filling, and do not limit it. You are not receiving too much. You cannot receive too much from a source that never runs empty. Stand beneath the pouring for as long as it continues. And let every dry year you have lived be answered by this one season of return. Now let me give you understanding, because understanding is a gift I do not give without purpose. You have carried questions for many years. Why did that happen? Why at that time? Why did it happen to me? Some of those questions will be answered in the coming days, and the answers will arrive quietly, one connection after another, until the pieces that never made sense finally come together before your eyes. You will understand how one closed road pushed you toward the path where you found what you truly needed. You will understand how one loss emptied your hands just in time, so they were free when something better came. You will look back over the whole line and see purpose running through every part of it. And you will say slowly, with wonder in your voice, nothing was wasted. Hear me say it before you see it. Nothing was wasted. That does not mean everything was good. Some of what happened to you brought me sorrow. I will not stand before you and call evil a blessing. But I will tell you what is also true. Nothing that happened was outside my power to use. There is no broken place I cannot build from. You gave me shattered pieces, and some of them were not broken by your own hands. And I have been building all this time. What I am about to reveal is what I have built. You are hearing this word today because of connection, not accident. Millions of voices rise to me, and I miss none of them. Still, I speak personally, one heart at a time. This hour was meant for you. Your habit of coming back to me, imperfect and interrupted as it was, kept the way open. You believed your faith was too weak to matter. A thread may be thin, but if it never breaks, it is enough for me to work through. Yours never broke. Think about how a desert journey changes a traveler. When Israel crossed the wilderness, the distance was not far. But the journey was long because there were things the journey had to do that the destination could not. A people who had always been controlled had to learn how to live free. Trust had to be learned in a place where there was no other choice. You have gone through that kind of journey. And this is what I want you to hear. The border is before you. You are not standing in the middle of your wilderness. You are standing at the far end of it. The strange sadness you sometimes feel, even while things begin to improve, is your soul saying goodbye to a hard place it learned how to survive in. Do not feel ashamed of it. Even a wilderness can become familiar, and familiar things are difficult to leave. But you were not called to remain in what is familiar. You were called to the other side of this border, where the ground gives food you did not have to fight for. Before you cross, I am asking you to leave some things behind. Leave behind the record of who still owes you an apology that never came. Leave behind the argument you keep repeating for a court that will never meet. Leave behind the version of yourself that lives only to prove the doubters wrong. These things are heavier than you realize, and you cannot enter the new land carrying them. Leave them at the border. I will handle what is owed to you. Settling accounts belongs to me, and I settle them better than resentment ever can. Who are you on the other side? Not a survivor. Survival belonged to the old season. You are an heir walking into an inheritance. A worker entering work that was shaped for your exact gifts. A voice certain people are waiting to hear and will not fully receive from anyone else. There are assignments in the coming season formed so exactly for you that if you do not do them, they will simply remain waiting. I do not give away what I created for one particular soul. This is what being chosen truly means. Not favoritism, but assignment. I chose you for certain work in certain rooms among certain people, and everything you have lived through has prepared you for it in ways no training ever could. Those who have walked through fire are the only ones who can lead others through fire without turning back. Your preparation cost you greatly. It will not be wasted either. You will know the work when you find it, because it will feel less like ambition and more like remembering. It will use the parts of you that once seemed unnecessary, the unusual gifts, the deep sensitivities, the concerns that never seemed to match your life. They match your calling. They were always made for something you had not seen yet. And do not fear that you are too old, too late, or too marked by your past. I have a long history of calling people at the wrong age by every human standard. I often begin late on purpose because a called life that starts after hard seasons carries an authority that early success cannot copy. Your timeline is not delayed. It is moving on mine. As you step into this, keep listening for me every day, not only when there is trouble. The wilderness taught you to seek me when life became desperate. The new land will teach you to seek me when life is good, and that is a deeper and sweeter discipline. Do not become distant from me when abundance comes. The best conversations we will ever share are still ahead, and not all of them will be about what you need. I will also tell you the truth about the new season. It will have challenges of its own. I do not bring anyone into a life without storms. But there is a difference between the storms of the wilderness and the storms of the inheritance. In the wilderness, storms seem ready to destroy you. In the inheritance, they only water the soil. You will stand in future rain and realize with wonder that you are no longer afraid. That courage is being formed inside you right now, in this hour as you listen. So raise your head. Look across the border at the land I have given you. It is wide. It is good. Your name is written on the title in my own hand. The crossing is almost complete, and the land cannot hold itself back from the one I send into it. Now come back with me to where this word first began, because I want to end it the same way I started it. Very good news is happening in the next 7 hours. I said it clearly then, and I say it again now with everything you have heard standing behind it. This was never only a soft word of comfort. It is an announcement. Something carrying your name is moving at this very moment. And it is closer now than it was when you first started listening. Do not spend these hours walking back and forth in worry. When I make an announcement, it is not an invitation to fear. Continue with your day, but remain awake. Keep part of your attention turned toward me, like a mother listening toward another room. You will not need to force anything. When my hand moves, the part of you that has been listening will recognize it. It may come through words from another person. It may come through a change in a situation that has refused to move for months. It may first come as a deep knowing, a calm certainty rising inside your chest before any outward proof appears. Do not rank these signs. The inner answer is just as real as the outer one, and it often comes first, the way sunlight reaches the mountain before it reaches the valley. And when it happens, mark that moment. Stop what you are doing, even for a short time, and admit that it came from me. Not because I need praise, but because you will need the memory. There will be days ahead when faith feels difficult again. And on those days, you will return to the memory of this one. Build that memory carefully. Name the day. Let it become a stone beneath your feet. My child, we have traveled a long road together to arrive at this hour. You did not always feel me beside you. There were parts where you would have said you were walking alone. And I allowed you to say it without judging your doubt, because I knew what you could not see. I knew where the road would lead. Now you are standing very close to the place where it opens. And I would not allow you to stop before you saw it. That is why this word reached you today. That is why you cannot seem to pull yourself away from it. Listen to what I say about completion. What I begin, I complete. I have never laid a foundation and then walked away. I have never spoken a promise and forgotten where I placed it. Every work I begin carries its ending within it from the first day, the way a seed carries a tree. The work in your life is no different. It began with its completion already written, and no delay you have gone through has changed one line of it. So let me speak directly to the final doubts, because I know they are still present. There is a voice telling you that this word belongs to other people, better people, people whose faith never shook and whose past is cleaner than yours. That voice does not understand what I look for. I do not choose perfect people. I never have. Look through every story of those I called, and try to find one flawless record. You will not find it. I choose those who are willing. And you are willing, or you would have stopped listening a long time ago. There is another voice saying that if you let yourself believe this, and it does not happen, the fall will destroy you. I understand that fear. It came from real falls. But listen to me. You are not being asked to believe in an ending you created. You are being asked to trust a character you have already tested. I have been many things in your life, but I have never been the one who deceived you. Place your weight on that. It will hold you. During these 7 hours, someone may come across your path who needs a small act of kindness. Give it, not as payment for your blessing, because my goodness cannot be bought, but because generosity is what a heart does when it finally believes there is enough. An open hand is proof that the fear of not having enough is dying. Let someone else feel the first warmth of what is being started inside you today. And do not put this word on trial during the first quiet moment. The hours I spoke about belong to me to fill. And I fill hours the same way I fill seeds, from within unseen, and then suddenly. When the shell opens, no one asks anymore what was happening during the silence. You are inside that silence now. The opening is not a question of whether it will happen. It is only a question of the hour. And that hour has already been selected. After today, things will not go back to the way they were. Even beyond the good that is arriving in these hours, you are being changed, because you truly listen. A person who has heard me this deeply does not return to their old size. You will notice it in small ways at first. Prayers with fewer apologies. Requests spoken without fear. A door approached with expectation instead of doubt. That is your new position. It will remain if you continue to keep it. I am with you in the first hour when expectation feels bright and easy. I am with you in the second hour when your mind begins its old counting of doubt. I am with you in the third hour when the answer rises to the surface, and you see with your eyes what you have been carrying through faith. And I am with you in every hour after that, through the long good season. This day is opening beyond what you can currently see. So step into these 7 hours now with your head raised. Let your steps remain calm, and let your heart be full of expectation. What was promised is not struggling to happen. It is simply arriving, the way morning comes without effort and without asking permission, because its time was appointed. You have waited through a long night, and you have waited well. The sky at the edge of your life is already beginning to change color. Receive this word completely. Carry it gently into your day, the way you would carry something of great value, because that is what it is. I have spoken it over you with purpose, hour by hour and promise by promise, and I do not throw my words away. Heaven stands behind every sentence you have heard. Declare, I believe and I receive it. If you are ready to walk into what I have prepared for you, we run on viewer support only. For exclusive member-only content, scan the QR or see the pinned comment. God bless you.